Hello, this is Theron with Cosmic Journey. And I just came on here real quick to talk to you all about, and not even all of you all. Um, I'm talking to a specific group of people about the full moon in Sagittarius. I am talking to the people who have Sagittarius as their north node. Okay. Um, for the East Coast, I'm in the US and the East Coast. The full moon will peak at 13 degrees in Sagittarius, June 3rd, 11:41 p.m. So depending on your time zone, your peak might be in the middle of the night on the 4th, but it's the 3rd if you're on the East Coast. All right. But I'm talking to the folks that have North Node in Sagittarius. The full moon is assigning us to let go, close out, separate from people, places, and things that keep us from trusting our intuition. Our assignment with North Node in Sagittarius is to build trust in ourselves so we can trust something greater than ourselves and align with that to cultivate our intuition, because we should be listening to our intuition 100% of the time. And the people that I'm talking to, you know who you are. You don't listen to your intuition. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust other people that well, and definitely have a hard time staying connected to something greater than yourself. So you find yourself being the center of your own confusion because everything you're trying to figure out, you're trying to do it logically. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing at all. And so this full moon is going to illuminate that part of your life that you have allowed to stick around to be a hindrance to you connecting to that intuition and that inner knowing. I have my notes here. So what is possibly holding us back? Okay. Again, it's the lack of trust. And like starting with the lack of trust in yourself, it holds you back from trusting anything outside of yourself. Depending on where your North Node is within Sagittarius, there's ways that you do, the ways that you act, I should say. There's ways that you act that shows that you are trying to bypass your intuition. One of them is you remain busy. You won't sit still. You being still makes you uncomfortable, because when you are still, clarity does come to you and your intuition does speak to you, but you don't trust that your inner knowing knows the answers. So you rather just rely more on yourself. So you stay busy so you don't have to get that clarity, and you're out there, like I said, in the world, just trying to use your logic and just really experiencing life the hard way, because it's really the hard way in a sense where you're moving fast without any guidance. So you're bumping your head a lot because you don't have any guidance. You don't listen to guidance. You don't trust guidance. You feel like you know it all. You got it all together, and but you're distracting yourself. You're keeping yourself away from spending time with yourself to get in tune with yourself, so you can connect back to that and start to trust that inner knowing, that intuition. The other section of Sagittarius, you have excessive boundaries, and you place all these boundaries, they're walls really that you have placed up to keep yourself safe and secure and you don't really trust yourself, and you don't trust anybody outside of yourself. So the way you handle that is to keep yourself caged off. And that is keeping you also where you're not trusting that intuition either, or that connection to your higher self, that alignment that gives you that those downloads that are your true guidance here in your earthly experience. Yeah, so you have like the walls up. You have like stringent boundaries. No one can get in, and you're not even letting yourself out. So you kind of imprisoned yourself. Then there's the other part of Sagittarius where you rely too much on other people for guidance. Again, it's another form of not trusting yourself, but you've placed all of your power and your trust in someone else telling you what it is that you should do and how you should do it. What happens in this scenario, people realize that you have given your power and they will exploit you, and you begin to carry their burdens. You begin to be obligated to their needs more than your own. And yeah, so you're doing the emotional and the physical labor for the environment and the relationships that you have in the environment that you're in. So what do we need to do for this full moon? First of all, stop allowing external influences to guide you. Again, I can't stress enough, we have to cultivate trust in ourselves and the higher, something greater than ourselves, so we can learn to trust our intuition. It is going to guide us into our greater good, regardless of what's going around in your environment. Because what our problem is too, say you get an intuitive hit, an intuitive download, we second guess it because of the lack of trust. And we begin to say, compare it to, well, why do I have to do that? And doesn't look like everybody else is doing this. So I'm going to stick with what everybody else is doing. And that's our logic trying to figure it out. And what happens with that usually is doesn't work out well in our favor. And it would go back to the part about we should have listened to our first mind. So that's the first thing we need to do, is to stop allowing external forces as our guidance. Okay. The second thing, start enjoying life. Start allowing yourself to enjoy life. You might do things that from the outside looking in, it looks like you're enjoying life, but internally you really are not. There's something always playing inside that makes you feel like I can only enjoy myself but so much. I can't allow myself to let my hair down the way everyone else is. Begin to start with trying to enjoy yourself. It's time. You can start to slowly but surely let your hair down. One of the things, when you begin to enjoy yourself, you're also beginning to let down some of those boundaries, those excessive boundaries. You start to let down some of those walls. You start to open up and you start to allow yourself to receive. And then those downloads start coming. So yes, one of the good ways to, if you can't think of what can I do to enjoy myself during this full moon, move your body. Whether that means going on a hike in nature, because nature is always grounding, or going to a dance class, or maybe you don't leave the house and just dance through your house in your living room, or with a YouTube video. Move your body. Allow yourself to feel good from head to toe, whatever that is for you. Some people will, you can still meditate, or you can do a meditation that's in motion. Those things will allow you to, like I said, calm down, allow you to pull back, allows you to let go of some of the tight hold that you have on some of the boundaries, on some of your old belief systems, and you'll be able to allow yourself to allow clarity to come in. I think that's all that I had. Yeah. So enjoy yourself. That is the message. You're supposed to have an enjoyable life. Understand that you know enough enough to go wherever and do whatever you want to do. Don't get hung up on the external influences. Learn to trust yourself. I guess that's all. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I just wanted to, this was something for the people who have North Node in Sagittarius, and the South Node will be in Gemini. So there again, that's your key, that you have been through lessons, you learned a lot of stuff, and now it's time for you to live and start living by start enjoying yourself. All right, take care. I'm gone. Happy full moon. Bye.